Hi, welcome back to, what do we call this? A very merry classic TV holiday event, and thank you everybody for attending. We have a wonderful show for you tonight, and Sharon, I believe you're going to talk about our first guest.
I'm so utterly excited that I get to introduce this gentleman. The funniest thing, first of all, I had the great pleasure of working with him in keeping with the Christmas theme on A Very Brady Christmas, which just reran last weekend, by the way, so we should see a residual of like 10 cents.
And wasn't it like the top 10 highest TV movie
It
ever?
actually did quite well. And I felt very, very privileged to be welcomed into the Brady family. Mr. Hauser had already done a number of you did the Brady Brides, I believe, for...
Brady Girls Get Married, and then the Brady Brides.
So I was
various incarnations
of the Brady's.
The show that wouldn't go away.
He's not supposed to be here yet.
He's not here yet, I'm sorry.
Who said that?
I was the newbie spouse, and Jerry was the kindest, most welcoming human. We had so many laughs on that set. When I tried to, create a wonderful introduction to Jerry, and I started looking at his credits and realized we would be here all night. He's been working and I don't mean this age-wise, but his career has spanned so many years. I first saw him on screen in the summer of '42. And I'm going to stop because I could go on forever, but you know him, you hear him all the time on the radio. His voiceover career is through the roof. He's a delicious man, and I'm happy to introduce Jerry Hauser.
You arrived early, so what do you say? I mean,
Dean, do you feel like just walking in the door and coming
this is an awkward moment. These are like the two TV loves of your life.
Well, unfortunately, wait.
Bring him up.
Unfortunately, Jerry was not my love interest. Although
That's right.
Secretly.
Well,
but if we ever write a book, perhaps
That's
we'll
right.
tell you what really happened on the Brady set.
That's right. Marcia's husband and Greg's wife.
Yes,
Yes.
I played Greg Brady's wife, and yes, but we were related.
Yes, we have a surprise early arrival.
Dean Butler. Okay, well wait, I have an entire introduction written for you.
Okay.
Can I read it? I'm just going to do it off the top of my head. Okay, first of all, wait, don't go away. Dean, as you well know, started, hold on.
You're doing a really good job.
I know, aren't I?
This is all about love tonight, everybody, just so you know. About love.
I feel so lucky, but the truth is I really don't want to miss something important to say about Dean, other than he's an incredible, incredible man, and I had the great pleasure of working with him on the new Gidget, and he was Moon Doggy. But of course I can't find your introduction.
Well, he, of course, was a Little House on the Prairie.
Yes. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds.
That's right. You threw us, Dean. Why don't you just
introduce yourself?
Is it okay if I step through here?
Look how wonderful you look.
Come up,
Dean Butler, everybody. Are we good here?
Hey, Moon
Okay.
Doggy.
Hello. Why don't you get here, Jerry? Get over there.
Okay, so that was like the worst introduction ever.
And
But
I wrote so much good stuff.
I know, I know what I would say personally about
this work?
Dean. Yes, wait.
Good, okay. Now you got to turn it on.
Okay. Oh, there you go.
Wait, hello? Okay. So
everybody.
let's start over and hopefully you'll edit this, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so, first of all, you all know Dean from Almanzo. He played Almanzo in Little House on the Prairie. So, yes, we know that. He's also been in this industry working as an actor and a producer since 1976. You can't possibly do that.
I thank you for that.
Yeah, that makes someone feel really good. You're really old, but I mean, it's amazing.
Jerry's been around longer than that.
That's right, it's true.
I said that as a joke. Okay, so we know, he is so well known for his portrayal of Almanzo on Little House. And that, in keeping with the classic television theme, that is really...
It's classic.
It is completely classic. He also later played the father of Sarah Michelle Gellar in the quirky Gen X classic Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Who saw that?
Quirky Gen X, the classic.
Gen X.
I like that.
Nice words, Steve Butler.
Thanks.
His credits also are endless, so I'm surrounded by two incredibly successful working actors and producers. But Dean is very dear to me and near in my heart always because I got to work with him in portraying the character of the new Gidget And I was lucky enough to work with Dean, who was the new Moondoggie. So, let's welcome Dean Butler.
Long time.
I know,
you so
sorry,
much.
that was the
Yeah,
most
thank you.
awkward, ridiculous introduction you've ever had.
It was
So let's
fine.
put this aside.
Yeah.
Okay, and so,
So you take the reins here, Karen, because this is center for you.
well, you know, if it was just Jerry, I wanted to actually focus in on the fact that this is the holidays and it's Christmas, and the fact that we are the Classic Television Preservation Society, and the significance of doing, you know, and you've done a number of programs that have become classics, as you have, so this is a good theme here. But what does it mean to you, if I'm not putting you on the spot, when you think back about your career and you realize that so many of the shows that you did have become really important, iconic television shows? I mean, when you think about it, what does it mean?
Yeah, it's actually, without sounding corny, it's sort of a privilege, actually.
Yeah.
Because if you're acting as a career, you know, you're lucky if you have anything somebody remembers. I mean, very few people come up to me and go, "I saw you in Barnaby Jones and it changed my life." I mean, you don't hear that very often. When you were crying and telling Mr. Jones that he, I mean, it just, so having a chance to do anything that someone remembers that is meaningful to them, it's cool. Having people come up and it happens where they talk to you about shows that you've done or things that you've done that really move them, and at times it's things that you didn't even think about at the time.
Right, of course.
You didn't consider it classic. You were just doing a job, and it's a privilege because it's an opportunity to do something that's remembered.
Right, that's so
Dean?
well said. Yeah.
Yeah, in the case of Little House, Little House is based on classic source material. The Laura Ingalls Wilder novels were written beginning in the 1930s, and so they came to television in 1974, and the material was so beloved before it ever became a television series. So, the biggest struggle that those of us who are involved in the series have is the people who love the books, and there are millions of those people all over the world who come up to us and say, well, you didn't do this story just the way it was written in the novel. Or this character in the series didn't exist in the novel. Why is that? Because this is based on the books. But that aside, the fact that you have the opportunity that all of us had the opportunity to be associated with something that was so beloved by so many people and touched people during a very critical time in American, in the American spectrum. These books came out during the early years of the Depression. They started coming out then, and people needed something to uplift them, to brighten them a little bit, and the stories of a little girl and her family struggling to survive on the prairie were very inspirational to people. And if Laura and her family could survive, they could survive. And we brought a little of that to the television series too. And I think it's amazing how the audience for Little House has been so much people who are in various states of struggle in their lives. And Little House is very uplifting, and it's all of us. I would agree with Jerry's word. It is a privilege to be a part of something.
And because it's Christmas and the holidays, we're kind of focusing on that. Obviously a very Brady Christmas was one of the top TV movies of all time, and it was Christmas oriented. What were some of the other Christmas episodes that you've done through the years in your amazing
I'm trying to think about Christmas episodes that I've
or
done.
holiday episodes?
I do all the promos for CBS for Rudolph.
Hey!
Does that
That's all you need to do ever.
I love it. I do the CBS trots me out each year, and I get to do all the promos for.
Wait, can you do one now?
For
Yeah.
Rudolph.
Do one now.
You're kind of hearing it. It's very funny because I did a lot of animation, and I'd be over at Hanna-Barbera, and a lot of times they would just hire you, go in, and they give you a script, and you'd be doing this part. And I'd say to Gordon Hunt, who was the director, I'd say, Gordon, I was doing like a space beaver. And I'm going, okay, well, what's this? He
Gordon
goes,
Hunt directed animation.
oh, yeah, all the time.
Oh, wow.
Helen's dad.
Wow.
And I'd say, okay, what kind of approach is that? And he'd look at me and go, we hired you. Oh, okay. You're ready. I want to do this voice or that voice, and it was just my voice. So the CBS stuff is pretty much me. It's
Amazing.
that sort of Rudolph and for Frosty.
Just
and
say Rudolph again. Say it.
Rudolph. Oh,
Say it. Rudolph.
okay. The
No. Just say Rudolph.
Rudolph.
Yay!
There you go.
I know. Oh, go ahead.
No,
I'm
go
sorry.
on. No.
Well, since I
Because that show, I mean, that's, I don't know if anybody reads my blogs or sees my Facebook post, and you know that I really don't post a lot on Facebook. I keep to myself, but I mean, that is just a monumental, and this is the 50th anniversary of that special.
Right. I think it's this year, or maybe last year was the 50th. I'm not sure.
Oh,
But one of the two.
Peanuts. Is Peanuts?
Charlie Brown,
Yeah,
I think,
Charlie
was
Brown.
That's right.
50th
So it's
this year.
51st.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
just, it's so well written. It was on the other night.
Yeah.
And they
Tuesday on CBS.
Here it is.
Sorry, you fell right into it.
I have to bring up again, because I butchered Dean's introduction. I want to bring up it in keeping with the Christmas theme.
Yeah.
We actually did a Christmas Gidget
Oh my
episode,
goodness.
Did you really?
which was certainly classic for us. I don't think it was classic for anyone else, but you want to tell them about our
Well,
classic
it was
Christmas
called a Christmas curl.
curl, as in surfing.
And of course, we did Gidget's version of the Dickens Christmas Carol, and it was just completely ridiculous.
And what character did you play?
Jacob Gnarly.
All I remember through the entire episode was that Dean was in surfing shorts and a very Victorian red velvety jacket with a top hat, and they had put white makeup on him to make him look like a ghost because Gidget fell asleep and had the three ghosts, the Christmas Carol, and we laughed a lot. It was a funny time.
The thing I remember about that episode is that after I shot my ghost moment, I
Wait a
realized
minute. What is this, a ghost moment?
Yeah, I shot my ghost moment and realized that it was not the right approach for our show. And I
What was the right approach?
I just said, we got to shoot this again. I got to read this differently.
That was so like you, though.
So
Catherine,
we
help
went
me out
back.
here.
So we went back and shot it again, and I gave it a little bit more of a surfy spin.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Oh, I remember. It would have been very wrong for our show the way I did it the first time.
Oh, I thought you were actually kind of kidding around, but that's...
No, it's serious.
Oh, sorry. That's wonderful then that you...
I wish we had a half hour for everybody, each person, but we only have the 15 minutes, so we'll
be back.
There's lots more to come. Let's have a nice hand for Jerry Holiday and Jim Butler.
Thank you all for coming.
Stick around because of the party, and there's gift packages for you. So,
Nice.
parting gifts.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll
Thank
be
you
right
all.
back.